Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your source for gaming, tech, emulation, and open source news, and sometimes other stuff like this video. In this video, we're going over the best emulators on the Google Play Store. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, it's been quite a while since I've done one of these videos. I mean, the first one I did was like 8 years ago, and then a refresh 5 years ago, and then the latest one here from 3 years ago. So I think it's about time that we update this list, and some things have changed and some things have stayed the same. So we'll start out here by talking about multi-system emulators, which means one app that emulates a bunch of different systems, kind of a one-stop shop. And if you're looking for something simple and easy to use and relatively straightforward, Lemoroid would be my pick. Lemoroid is 100% free. Now, if you're looking for something a little bit more robust, more features, then RetroArch might be up your alley, and there's two different versions on the Google Play Store. The standard version, which I would say is for older devices running less than Android 8.0, and RetroArch Plus, which is for Android 8.0 and newer devices. Next, we're shifting from multi-system emulators to individual system emulators, so one emulator app per system. And I did want to highlight Robert Broglia here, who has a whole slew of emulator apps. One is free, and that's SNES 9X EX Plus, which I think is a great SNES emulator. And the other ones here are paid for a whole bunch of different systems, for example, Neo Geo, and the PC Engine, and even more. And I think these are also fantastic emulators. And although they are paid on the Google Play Store, they are 100% free over on GitHub. In my opinion here, for some of the more niche systems like the Neo Geo Pocket and WonderSwan, PC Engine, if you call that niche, and Commodore 64, even if you call that one niche. Anyways here, there's a bunch of different emulators that I think are great, and whether or not they're free on GitHub or paid on the Google Play Store, I think these ones are worth exploring and learning more about. Now, for NES emulation specifically, I do think NES.emu as well as Nostalgia NES are good options. For Game Boy and Game Boy Color emulation, I'd say Pizza Boy C Basic as well as Nostalgia.gbc are very good options. And for paid options, I'd say Pizza Boy C Pro and gbc.emu, which this one you can actually get for free, are very good options as well. Moving to Game Boy Advance emulation, and I'd say for free emulators, Nostalgia.gba as well as Pizza Boy A Basic are good options. And for paid options, I'd say Pizza Boy A Pro and gba.emu. Next up, we're shifting from Nintendo to Sega and talking about Game Gear, Master System, and Mega Drive Genesis emulation. And there are free and paid options here. In terms of free options, there's Nostalgia.gg for Game Gear. And there's also Pizza Boy SC Basic for Game Gear Master System and Mega Drive Genesis. And for paid versions, there's MD.emu for Sega Master System and Genesis, and Pizza Boy SC Pro for Game Gear Master System and Mega Drive Genesis. Additionally, there's also Master Gear for Sega Master System and Game Gear. Next, we're shifting back to Nintendo here and talking about Super Nintendo emulation, and there's only one emulator that I think is the best, and that's SNES 9X EX Plus, and it's 100% free. Now, shifting to Nintendo DS here, and Drastic DS is no longer available on the Google Play Store, but there still are a couple of DS emulators out there. Melon DS is one of them. This one is 100% free. And Nudes, which is also 100% free and has a great name. Next, we're talking about Nintendo 64 emulation, and there's a free and paid version that I think are the best. So M64 Plus FZ or FC. This one is 100% free. It does contain ads. And then there's the Pro version, which is the paid version. For Sega Saturn emulation on the Google Play Store, there's Yabba Shiro 2, which is free. There's also Saturn.emu, which is a paid version of it, and there's also a free version of this one we talked about previously. And Yabba Shiro 2 Pro, which is a paid version. For PlayStation 1 emulation, there is DuckStation, which I think is the best one out there. This one is 100% free, and there's also EPSXE if you didn't like DuckStation. For PSP emulation, no surprise here, PPSSPP. There's the free version and also the gold version. The gold version is the exact same as the free version. There's no difference here aside from the icon color. The paid version just supports the developer. For Nintendo GameCube and Wii emulation, the be-all end-all emulator is Dolphin. This one's 100% free, it's open source, and doesn't contain ads. For 3DS emulation, there is Azahar, which is a continuation of Citra, and I guess also Lime 3DS, and this one's 100% free and open source. And speaking about free, for Sega Dreamcast emulation, I would say one of the best here is Flycast, which is 100% free and open source. Although there is an alternative that some people prefer, which is Redream, which is also free, but there's also a paid version of it within the app. Now shifting to PlayStation 2 emulation, and the scene has shifted pretty significantly on Android. Aether SX2 is no longer around. Nether SX2 is not on the Google Play Store. And ARM SX2 is not on the Play Store just yet. In my opinion, the best PS2 emulator on the Play Store is currently Play, which is 100% free, it's open source, and doesn't require a BIOS file. Next, we're going up one generation here and talking about PlayStation 3 emulation on Android. And at the time of filming, there's only one functional PS3 emulator on Android, at least on the Google Play Store, and that is APS3E. There is another PS3 emulator known as RPCSX, but that's not on the Google Play Store. It's also worth noting, at this point in time, there is no PS4 emulator on the Google Play Store. There's no Xbox or Xbox 360 emulator on the Google Play Store. And Nintendo Switch emulators like Eden and Citron are not on the Google Play Store. Next, we're talking about arcade emulation, and I guess technically I could have put this one with the other multi-system emulators at the beginning of the video, and that is MAME. So MAME, for those who may be unaware, stands for Subscribe to Mr. Sujano, or Multiple Arcade Machine Emulator, depending on how you wanted to interpret that. And MAME for Droid Current is the latest and greatest version of MAME on Android. And speaking about more niche emulators, next up we're talking about ScumVM, and ScumVM stands for a couple of things. One I can't quite put my finger on, but the other one here is Script Creation Utility for Maniac Mansion Virtual Machine. And if you're a fan of point-and-click games like Monkey Island, this one might be up your alley. And last up here, we'll talk about emulation front ends. Now, emulation front ends are not emulators in themselves. They work with emulators and ROMs and basically organize your gaming library in one nice place. And there are a few different options here on Google Play. So one of the options is Daigisho. There's another one called Dig. There's another one here called Beacon, and another one called Reset Collection. There are some ones that are not on the Google Play Store, like Launchbox. Now, as for which one of these is the best, I would say it would depend on your own personal preferences. These are front ends, they're not emulators in themselves, so the real power behind them is the emulator, not the front end. So it'll come down to look and feel and which one you think looks the best. And I mean, there are some big ones that are not on the Google Play Store, like Launchbox and Emulation Station. Again, to sum things up, this was a video highlighting emulators that are currently on the Google Play Store, emulators that have been arguably vetted by Google. And if you are interested in learning more about emulators in general, I would recommend checking out this awesome emulators list over on GitHub. There's a lot of different emulators listed, as well as what systems they're available for and whether or not they're open source. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff, except the legendary one fluff. Let me know your thoughts about these emulators in the comments below, and if you've got other recommendations, let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate, save your state.